What's going on, YouTube? This is Sports Theory, but for today, I'm just gonna be talking about this is no script. This is nothing. This is just how I feel about what has happened. What happened in today's basketball game, like game one of the Clippers and the Golden State, and I'm just even for me, I'm like on neutral grounds with this game. I'm neither a Golden State. I'm a fan of both of them, but I'm on neutral ground. So this is like my pretty much my take of today's game of game one again, Clippers versus the Golden State. Let's say, okay, first off, where can I begin? The early foul troubles. What do you think when it comes to the playoffs? You want to see the big names, right? Blake Griffin already is pretty much on the verge. I'm pretty sure he fouled out. Andre Iguodala fouled out, but in the first half was just a struggle. I am just shocked, even in the first half, because most of the time when it comes to each quarter, ideally, like in my opinion, that I would like to see the score at least a team get up to at least 25. I'm just shocked. Like the first half was like 52-52, and Blake Griffin, Andre Iguodala. I don't know what was up with the refs. Maybe it's because of it was game one. It's the game one of the playoffs. I don't know if they're first year, but they're probably experienced. Most of the time when it comes to playoffs, they put in experienced like refs. But I am just shocked. Like it was just a struggle. Like I don't know how else to put. But what I did like when it came to Blake Griffin when he came back to the game, because I believe early on he would assert himself early on. Like once he got back in the game, I already see him 5 for 10. Andre Iguodala on the other hand, man, like let's see that swipe against Matt Barnes. Like the third quarter alone, I felt like that was like when the Golden State started to push. Like you would see like what was the score like 89, 79, and I thought Golden State got it. Like my God. But just when the fourth quarter crept in, again, a defensive burst, I guess, in the hand, like with Clippers. But what I wanted to see the most is basically off ball movement when it came to Stephen Curry, because you could actually see him struggle like without Andre Iguodala. The main reason I would say like the upside with Andre Iguodala on the court. Of course, you already know defense, but also he's a point forward. So pretty much every single time, not every single time, but at times Stephen Curry can go up at like just curl around towards the corner three and maybe knock down a shot. That's like, and out of I believe what I heard is like when it comes to Golden State's like most threes in the corner, obviously what comes to mind is Klay Thompson, but on average, Stephen Curry is better on the corner than Klay Thompson. So I'm just thinking about like just take the ball out of his hands and just let Steph Curry shoot. There were some heat check moments like back in the first half with that fast break three like what Stephen Curry did, but overall this like the third quarter, that was the Golden State's quarter. The fourth quarter alone, it was just a grinding game. Just a bunch of calls like that like honestly, I don't know if these refs are gonna get fired and all, but they have to review this game. Like my God, maybe I was like praying to God like next game bring in like Joey Crawford. I don't know if Joey Crawford was there, but I was like just might as well put him on because there's just calls left and right, charges here. Like there was barely any blocking fouls, and there should have been a lot of blocking fouls. Reach-ins, I don't know, but overall like you got the refs are human beings as well, but when it comes to game one and with all those calls, like I don't know, but mad props to Jermaine O'Neal. Like man, that guy's old, but he was getting buckets. Like when it came to like Draymond Green, like especially the inbound plays, Draymond Green would just get the ball, fake it up on DeAndre. DeAndre would jump, and easy slam for Jermaine O'Neal. But in the fourth quarter, like when you looked at the game, like you could see Chris Paul struggling when it came to Klay Thompson D'ing him up because what? Think about this: CP3 is 6 foot tall, while Klay Thompson is 6'7", and It was a struggle, but just when the game was going all along, you would see, I saw like what before the game even ended, like 28 points and 8 assists. Like mad props to him. Like I don't know, like you could see the struggles. Like even today was it was a grinding game. I'm surprised they even made it to 100, but that was an awesome grinding game. Like kept up my feet. I'm pretty sure you guys were standing up as you, let's say if you guys were watching it on the TV. Well, for me, I was watching on the TV. But let's say for those who are actually at the crowd, like if you guys can leave down your comments below of how you felt about this game, like I'd appreciate it. And also fans who actually went to the game to get. I want to know your reaction to this game. If you guys would go down to the comments down below. But man, props to DeAndre Jordan. Like the man should be Defensive Player of the Year. What? Even like around the third quarter, I believe he got already 5 blocks. The man's the beat. He's a beast. Like what? 7 foot tall, 7 foot one, and I'm just like surprised. Like even people would say, "Oh, Roy Hibbert is a Defensive Player of the Year," but I would say Roy, like just out of topic, most people would say that Roy Hibbert is Defensive Player of the Year. It's just because of that Game 6, or yeah, Game 6 when the Pacers and the New York Knicks battled it out, and when just that one play, Roy Hibbert blocks what Carmelo Anthony for that slam. Like I believe that's overrated. Like right, I'm not okay. I'm gonna stop talking about Roy Hibbert, but back to the game. It was a struggle. I was impressed when it came to what was it? Last 2 minutes of the game, both DeAndre and Blake Griffin got fouled, and I was thinking, it's over. But like DeAndre, even before that, he was like I believe 1 for 6, and every time he shot, like maybe out of his 2 free throws that he missed, the Clippers got at least the offensive rebound. So I'm thinking this guy is not gonna make. It was like 198 for Golden State. I'm like, this guy is not making it. But to my surprise, the guy makes both of them, and I'm like, this guy either is like most improved, maybe who knows, but most improved, but definitely Defensive Player of the Year. But and also I believe the score was like roughly 104, 102, or was it 102, 100? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Blake Griffin stepped up. Like most of the time, people would say that DeAndre Jordan, like critics, everyone, DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin in the fourth quarter are a liability in the fourth quarter just because of free throws. Just because of free throws. But man, they stepped up. Like I give them mad props for doing that. But Clipper fans, you must be pissed off because when you saw CP3 go up that on the line, I'm pretty sure, I guarantee 100% of you guys said this guy's cold blooded. He's gonna make both of those free throws and tie up the game. But to our surprise, he missed those free throws. But think about it, he's tired. He's 6 foot tall, up against a 6'7" in Klay Thompson, and has to go up against him on the offensive end and on the defensive end. Because let's say when it comes to Darren Collison, Klay Thompson just beasted him up and did like a fadeaway jumper around the in the paint. So obviously CP3 had to guard him. Jamal Crawford, I would say, even though you guys were close, but Jamal Crawford was, I believe, what, 1 for 10. So he has to step up in game 2. Um, what I would want to see in game 2 is less calls. Obviously, like my God, like most of those charging calls that I would see, it would mainly it's just blocking fouls sometimes. Like at least 50% of them were at least blocking fouls. Let's say when Andre Iguodala attacked what's his name? Oh my God, I can't remember his name. JJ Redick, yeah, and it was on a fast break. No, like he was clearly moving his like. it was just I don't know how I can't really describe it, but just refs need to review that call, that play. But overall, I would say improvements for the next game. I would say more off-ball movement for Stephen Curry, and for the Clippers, I don't see any improvement. Like you guys, everyone was solid with JJ Redick. I believe he scored 22 points. CP3, like well, pretty much. I don't know. I don't know if you guys if this is straight up, but tell me down the stats below what he got. But last time I saw, he had 28 points and 8 assists, but it probably went up to 30. But overall in this game, it was grinding. Jamal Crawford needs to step up, and mad props to the Golden State Warriors. I mean, like even for me, like I'm on neutral ground here, and I was predicting what? Like I was predicting that the Clippers were at least gonna win like this game, but without Andrew Bogut, you know, like pretty much their defensive like stopper against 7 foot DeAndre, and I'm pretty sure he's 7 foot as well. But mad props to small guys like Draymond Green, Spades. Like my God, like you guys did an excellent job. But overall, with this game, like up and coming next game, like just better officiating. And thank you guys. This is my reaction and my take of Game One, Clippers against the Warriors. Well, like this is a conversation. Leave your guys' comment down below, and tell me what your reaction about this game is. Thanks for guys for watching.